Hi, Gemini. First of all, happy birthday. Second of all, I hope you all have been having a more gentle and softer time since I have last connected with you. I am also a Gemini, and I know that if we share any similar energy, it's been a rough few weeks. I personally am feeling a lot better. I had to take a few days off just because the emotional overwhelm. I'm sure I don't need to explain myself to you all. And it was my birthday just a couple of days ago. So my apologies if you feel that these messages are coming to you too late. However, I believe that everyone receives the messages that they are meant to hear in the most perfect time. So let's hope these messages do resonate with you. And if they do, please make sure you hit that like button. You subscribe to that channel if you already haven't, and you hit that notification bell as well so that you'll be told when I drop these next videos. And because I just really appreciate any support that you guys can give me and this channel. So we're gonna do things a little bit differently. Normally I do past, present, and future, but I felt like being super generous. And instead of doing things that way, we're gonna pull some cards for your current energy going into the future. We're gonna clarify using the Chakra Oracle Wisdom cards. And then we're gonna follow it up with a Lemuria card pull as your grounding energy for the month of June. So this is for all Gemini signs, sun, moon, and rising for the month of June. Please show us what we need to see for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. All Gemini signs, sun, moon, and rising for the month of June. Not all messages will resonate. If they do, amazing. And if they don't, check back, or also check your rising sign or your moon sign. Energies can also be reversed. So if you feel like it doesn't necessarily apply to you at the moment, it could be reversed as well. It could be the person that you are dealing with. Okay, a couple more cards. Show us what we need to see. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Wow, gems, I'm really seeing new beginnings, new beginnings. All right, we're gonna leave it at this for now and then pull more to clarify as we move forward. You have the Six of Wands in reverse. We are not trying to be center stage at the moment. We are actually very okay with taking a step back, taking back control of our lives, taking a pause, kind of like hermit energy, where we're almost not interested in the attention that we sometimes get from other people. What I'm really getting is, I think for some of you, if this is a relationship thing, you've kind of been fighting for the attention of someone for a while now, or just this need to be seen, but for who you genuinely are, and it hasn't necessarily come in a natural way for you. So it almost feels like you're okay. You're using that as a signal that you need to maybe reevaluate your expectations in relationship in general, not just this one in particular, but in general. For others of you, if this is a business thing, it's this need to take a step back to reassess and reevaluate, which makes total sense because we are still in Mercury retrograde season. We just had an eclipse, a lunar eclipse. We're about to have a solar eclipse. We just had a full moon. We're about to have a new moon. Tons of shifts and transitions happening, and I definitely see that here with these two cards. Now, when you combine these two cards together with the Nine of Swords in reverse, there's something that hasn't worked out for you in your past. Maybe it was a plan. You had a plan about something and you wanted it to have a specific result, and you've been working diligently at cultivating this particular result. If this is a relationship thing, maybe you've wanted your relationship to progress a certain way or to get to a certain level. If this is money, you have been very methodical almost and very well thought out in terms of how you're trying to invest your money, how you're trying to save your money, the business ventures that you're entering in. And every time it hasn't panned out like you've planned for it to, in the past, you've been down on yourself. You've taken responsibility for the blame. You are your worst enemy. And I do see here that you've been trying to stay positive about the situation. And especially now, I think you actually are ready to recognize that if something has not naturally worked out for you during this transit, it really does mean you need to release and let go of the attachment that you have to it looking a particular way, no matter what your circumstance is. With the Fool card, in between, we have the Six of Wands and the Nine of Swords. The thing that you were sad about not working out exactly how you wanted it to, you are now finally letting go of your need for it to look that way. And you're allowing these things to naturally be released. You're surrendering to the process. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, you're no longer trapped by the expectations that you've had of other people, of business ventures, of love, of friendship, family, whatever it is. Everyone's circumstance is going to be different because this is a general reading, but whatever it is that you have been so stuck on, feeling trapped by, like immovable, stagnant energy, it's finally starting to release. You are releasing yourself from it, whatever the it is, and it is releasing itself from you. You're recognizing that if you felt like you've been trapped by these expectations or these people or these circumstances, that was just all an illusion. You were never trapped. In fact, with the Ten of Cups upright as your final card in this spread, you have an incredible opportunity right in front of you to cultivate a happily ever after ending. This is financial abundance, love, safety, security, all of the elements that you actually need in order to live a happy and fulfilled life is actually right in front of you. Whether it's opportunities now that are presenting themselves, if it's people, if it's new ideas that are finally coming, all of these new things, which is so awesome that these two cards came up upright. All of these new things are going to bring you to a different timeline, are going to bring you to a different outcome, one that you could not have predicted, even if you really wanted to. Because the blessings that are in store for you are actually even better than what you had wanted for yourself. Let's get some clarification cards. What do we need to know about this new beginning? I'm almost not even interested in the thing that's ended, because the thing that's ended or transforming or being released seems like it's been going on for quite some time. And what I am very interested in, though, is this new beginning that's symbolized by the Fool card, which shows me that you are releasing something, and the Ten of Cups, which is incredible happy energy. So let's get some clarification on these things. What do we need to know? The weather is changing in Toronto, and it's also changing the way my cards feel. So it's becoming harder and harder to shuffle because the cards are sticking to each other. It's very humid. All right, so I do see here we got the Passion and Perseverance card. The thing that you have been holding on to, that you've had a hard time releasing, is something that you were very passionate about at one point, and you were not ready to let it go. Whatever this is, whoever this is, if this was a job or a relationship or a specific way of thinking, you were very stubborn about this because you felt like this is where my passions lie, and I'm not going to stop until I get this specific outcome that I want. That seems more like your past energy. But see, the problem with perseverance is that if you're trying really hard on something that is not in alignment for you, that's like the definition of insanity. That's when you start ignoring the signals given to you by the universe, you know? It's one thing to try very long and hard on something. It's another thing to open up your freaking eyes and realize that if it's just not working out exactly as is, maybe it's not the universe that needs to change. Maybe it's your way of thinking about it. Maybe it's your expectations about it. Maybe it's not that you have to give up, but you have to let go and release the expectation you have about it. You also have the Workaholic card. Where is it that you don't have balance in your life right now? For a lot of you, if this is resonating as a workplace or financial reading, you need to reevaluate the relationship you have with your workplace. Okay, do you have a work-life balance? Is it that you are so busy with work that you don't have time to pay attention to the other relationships in your life that are just as important to you? That's going to be different for everybody. For others of you, we also have trickery and impatience. Whatever process you are trying to reach, you will not get the outcome that you desire if you are trying to go about it in a backwards kind of way. This could be you, gems. If you are trying to bamboozle people or manipulate specific situations or frame things in such a way that is more beneficial towards an outcome you are trying to make happen, don't do things that way. Don't do things that way. Allow things to manifest as they will. Allow the universe to work for you, not against you. Your impatience may actually create this trapped, sad feeling. Okay, your impatience is going to create these situations in the upright position. Don't try to bamboozle anybody, guys, because what goes around comes around, and what's not actually meant for you will be released, and it's going to be a very painful ending if you try to force an outcome. Okay, release the things that are trapping you. This is the last card that popped up. You got the growth card. This is meant to be. If things are really hard right now, they don't make sense, things are really confusing, you really have to accept that this is happening in order to help you grow. There's a learning lesson in all of this, whether it's in your patience level, whether it's in you putting too much emphasis on certain areas that you shouldn't be, whether it's creating more balance in your life, whether it's releasing your expectations of other people, whether it's working on releasing your own inner critique that you have in your mind. However this resonates for you, gems, take what fits for your situation and recognize the thing that you're having the most trouble releasing is the area that you have to focus on the most, because that is the spot that's going to transform. That is the spot that's actually going to give you the most growth in your life. Now is not the time to be doing things exactly how you've always done them. Now is actually about recognizing the patterns that you have on your own and working to transform that. Pick something different. If you typically say no to things, start saying yes and wait to see what opportunities come from that. If you typically say yes and you have no boundaries, start practicing saying no and see what doors naturally stay open by you creating healthy boundaries. Now, the last card that we got is, oh my God, you can't make this shit up, guys. It's the transformation card. Now I'm gonna go ahead and read this to you. We have transformation as your grounding energy for the month of June. How fitting is that? This is our time. Gems, there's so much astrology in the sign of Gemini right now. Oh my goodness. Let's listen. Transformation. Go inward and be present with wherever you are at in your process. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection. Insight will come, shadows can be released, and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what you are holding on to, and laugh at the ironic, divine perfection of it all. Journey beyond your constructed outer self, where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn and let your wings unfurl. I resonate with this so much. If you watched my birthday vlog, you'll know it was a very emotional time for me, as I'm sure this whole season has been very emotional for lots of Geminis out there, which is not a common thing. We are very intellectual beings, and it is a challenge for some gems, most gems, to allow their emotions to kind of take over. And this season we can't run. So gems, channel this transformation energy. This is going to be key. Will it focus? I don't know if it will focus. This transformation energy is going to be what is key for you finding happiness in the month of June. Shed that old skin, allow the new stuff to come in, and realize that the universe is actually working for you, but you have to work with it instead of resisting the blessings that are right around the corner. So hang tight, release what needs to release, transform what needs to be transformed. This is your time, gems. This is your metamorphosis month, and I can't wait to see what happens in a few weeks from now after the solar eclipse and the new moon in just a few days. I hope this reading resonated with you, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.